And a good morning, this is Dr. Lieven speaking to you from Portugal, from Vila Moura, and with 29 degrees Celsius on the outside. Some of you know my site, DrLieven.com, DrLieven.com, that leads to a very simple site that I use to list all of my programs. As a matter of fact, when you arrive, I share a little bit about let me see here, that I say, like many others, you may be also fed up with crappy programs that promise but don't deliver, or only deliver a short while, mostly because the key reason is the program owner is either too greedy or too ignorant. The real key to any good business is obviously not ripping people off, but is creating satisfaction, and then step by step taking them way beyond their original expectation. It's what Marriott has done, what Lexus has done, is if you can create satisfaction and then go beyond the expectation, now the person isn't just satisfied, he is so ecstatic he wants to let other people know. And so what I put there, and this is easily the last 20 years, I've spent the last nearly 20 years researching hands-on, by now over 2,500 programs. I've enrolled in them, I've invested in them, and many I've also promoted, and believe me, I've seen the good, the bad, the ugly, and even some really ugly, like Banner's brokers. What a bunch of criminals. However, I've learned from all of them, even Banner's brokers, even the bad ones. So here is my distilled brewery of my topics. So if you arrive on DrLieven.com, which is a site I simply use, it's a good friend of mine who made the site. I recommend get it. It's only $9. If you pass it on to 3 people, it's all paid for. And it allows you in a very, that's not the one, I don't have the back office here, but it's very, very easy to insert these programs here. So at the beginning I list my video, why is there several programs, so many programs, some people react. You can subscribe to my list. And then also at the very bottom, I'll scroll down to the bottom, here now you can also get a website just like this one in just minutes without any programming skill. What I say is it's the best solution to bring all your online programs together in one place, and you can provide the same thing to your team members in any program. And if people say it's too much money, $9 per month, tell them to get off the internet, tell them to throw their cell phone, their $500 or $1,000 cell phone in the ocean, and to go get a job at McDonald's. And that's it. They don't belong on the internet. If they are not willing to pay for a few tools that allow them to make several thousands, tens of thousands, even hundreds of thousands of dollars per month, what the hell are they doing on the internet? So, simple little tool, easy. You can, on any program, you can put your link in there, you can rate the program, you can indicate some indication what type of program it is, put a Facebook link, a Skype link, etc. So anyways, that's what you can do in terms of that site. Anything I use, naturally, you're more than welcome to use yourself, because if it works for me, why wouldn't I want you to also have it work for you? There is several programs there, the most powerful system to create massive cash flow. As a matter of fact, that's the bottom line. I'm here to help people find ways to get cash flow into their life. This particular one, and I will adapt all of them so you can easily see, this one is $500 minimum. The next one is $200 or just over $200 minimum. Then there is one that is more of an investment passive program, but you need, ideally about $25,000 or $35,000 to get into. I've made $650,000 already withdrawn out of this program, and I'm going to get many more millions in the years to come. So there is programs like that. Passive is good if you have a lot of money. but not that illusion of, oh, I want a passive program for $20 and I want to become a millionaire, and it all needs to happen within a week. If that's you, get away from me. To me, you're like a mosquito that is just there to give us irritation, and you're unrealistic, and your fantasy will never happen anyways. If you are very, very, very short on cash, we have solutions. $20, we've got another one, $29, where you can turn around and immediately begin to, yeah, right here, $29. Those two begin to earn the money, so that then you work your way up to a $200, $250 program, and then you work your way up to a $500 program, which this one has levels all the way up to 1,000, 2,000, 3,500, 6,500, and 10,500. So I wanted in this video to show you how easy it is to do this, because you know, some people think I have magic hands or magic knowledge or whatever. No, here is a gentleman. Somebody had taken the tour to this wonderful program I just showed there, the $500 entry program, and it was a Komesh Bipat, and I found 3 people. So in a situation like that, you naturally politely reach out and see who of the 3 people it was. And so good evening, Komesh. And he had an autoresponder message that immediately put, thanks for messaging us, we try to be as responsive as possible, we'll get back to you. You know what, I like that. That's somebody who obviously knew about the immediacy when people reach out, that a message. I don't even know how to do that. I'm gonna have to ask Komesh to share that with me. Another thing I see is 3.3 people contacts. Well, that's somebody who's done a little bit of effort. Don't give me that stuff, oh, I only got 5 people on my Facebook. You know what, that's because you haven't here you click this thing, and there is a gentleman who wants to become a friend, and then there is all these people who I can add, who somehow, you know, 29 mutual friends, 44 mutual friends. You hook up with a few people, and before you know it, every day you can add 50 or more people to your list. So good evening, Komesh. That autoresponder messages comes, and then a little bit later, good day, DrLieven. Good morning, Komesh, I respond. Good, he says, thank you, and yourself? I said, great, thanks. I'm connecting with you, Komesh, because you, or someone with the same name like you, took the 7-step tour in our cash tracking system. Now I wanted to double check if you were the correct Komesh Bipat. Yes, that's me. Good, that is wonderful. You know, I love people that make it easy and simple to let me see, what did we jump to? I don't know how that happened. It disappeared. I'm a teacher. There was something before that. It's probably because of... What the heck? Did Messenger just kind of like make a whole bunch of information disappear? I'm doing a refresh. Yeah, I'm telling you, these tools are not perfected, are they? We are better than the tools. Oh, there it is. I'm okay. There we go. Maybe we need to, you know, I'm not too much of a Facebook guy, anyways. Zuckerberg is putting too much of our money, which we're producing the product to him, and he's not giving us a cut. That's why I don't like the guy. Plus, he sold us out to the Chinese. He's Chinese censoring everything we do. So he says, yes, that's me. I say, excellent. He said, I would love to get in at the top level. Oh, you know, that's wonderful to hear. He says, I need to save a bit more or consider getting in at the entry point. And I responded, it will be both an honor and a joy to work with you, Komesh, and to guide you step by step. He says it will be an honor as well. You know, that's for somebody that you haven't personally communicated with, that's great to start off. So at that point, you press the little microphone button and you put in a little voice clip. So here goes the voice clip. There is different approaches, and you need to see for yourself, Komish, and all. You know, it's a step-by-step process. We're in no hurry. We're definitely never going to push you. We're here to help you find the best solution, but then most importantly, we're here to make sure once you're part of the system that you also do very well, and that it's a very rewarding and profitable experience for you. So there is indeed the way to come in all the way at the $10,500 level, and that obviously has some great advantages which are explained in detail in the 7 steps at the end in the elite version. But then there is also a way where you can work your way up the ladder. Let me send that to you in the next little audio clip. So by using the audio clips, well, if I would have typed that out, I would have had finger cramps, right? So it is limited to 1 minute, and so for me that's a big task because, you know, I usually don't make 1 minute videos. But it forces me to condense at least one message within that 1 minute, and then boom, I sent that off, and it's there for when the person has time to listen to it. It's also there to have them, for them to be able to re-listen to it. It's also there that they hear your voice. I mean, what do you think? These stupid robots make people sign up on you and throw money at you? That ain't gonna happen, that isn't happening, and that's all fantasy. People wanna hear that you're real, that you care, that here in this case I explain a little bit that there is different levels of entry, which obviously was the point that Komish was making. So my next little message. So for somebody who has the budget ready, or if you feel comfortable preparing yourself towards that budget with some other resources, then by all means it would be a joy to have you come on board full-fledged. At the same time, if you're working up towards that budget, that is where you might consider using one of the lower levels and then work your way up, as some people start at the $500 level, others start at the $1,000 level, the $2,000 level, the $3,500 level, the $6,500 level. So there are different choices, and the reality is it makes no difference which level a person starts off at, if that is what fits their needs and their wishes. So that makes sense, right? In a program where you have many different levels, as low as 500 all the way up to 10,500. Yes, if somebody has the funds, they can come in, but if somebody needs to prepare the funds, perhaps they can use one of the lower levels to accelerate the acquisition of funds. And that depends if you have other things like a high-paying job or a high-paying business where you can stream some of that money into investing into one of our programs, great. But if you don't, use one of the lower levels, including one that is even lower than this program. So the next 1 minute clip. Now, indeed, starting off at the lowest level does create a little bit of a gap there. If somebody else joins below you at a higher level, that this way you would be missing out on some truly great pledges, payouts that you obviously do deserve. And that is where, you know, you may consider, for instance, the $3,500 level or the $6,500 level prior to then upgrading. And yes, you can upgrade at any given point, any level, because most people do not start at the $10,500 level, even though I would love to see that. Most people do take a step by step. So either way is fine. You let us know what works best. Okay, so what you're actually seeing is this message I did yesterday at 5:45 a.m. in the morning. I was still in bed. That's where the pads come in. The pads, the phones, the whatever it is. Use the wonderful tools that are there. You don't need to always be sitting at your PC. Heck, for that matter, you could be installing your phone on your bicycle or on your exercise equipment, put in headphones, and boom, you can communicate with people that way in the car. All of that is possible. That's the beauty of the internet. Next one, less than 1 minute clip.
We even, you know, there is always a level of commitment that we're looking for. How serious is a person? How committed is that person to want to change their future, their reality? And I gather from having viewed your profile, Kumesh, that you are a very committed. You're a serious person. It's in your facial expression. You know what you want, and you're taking. You know, people who know what they want, they take action steps to get there. So just wanted to let you know that even people who cannot reach the $500 level, we even have a solution at $250, not in this program, but in one that is also similar in structure, but just allows a lower level entry, Wealth Creator Pro.
Yes, so there it is. I'm referring to that program. So that's how easy it is. You just tell people how it is and what you have and the options you have.
You will find that our approach is very much not pressure based. We're not pushing to close the sale. We're not trying to convince people, especially here I could be sitting talking only about the $10,500 option and because, oh, I want that commission. No, the building a relationship is a lifetime situation. Building trust is a really being able to stand on both sides. One, what we have to offer. Two, what it will do for you. And I want to see you get a satisfied experience rather than a disappointing experience. And especially when we're in the money attracting, money making business, it is very important we guide you to where you have precisely that, is a very profitable experience. And that automatically then radiates out as you have a profitable and a satisfying experience. It will become a joy for you to share it with others, whether you do that through personal contacts, whether you do that through advertising, when you know, too many times people try to push something because the company says so, or they're following, you know, kind of the script of what all these online things are doing. No, I personally believe that we need to get back to basics and share that what we believe in. And so naturally, when we have a positive and profitable experience with a program or a person, we then naturally and calmly we want to share it with others.
So I've given Kumesh 6 little clips. I'm in my bed. I hope you can hear. I'm not reading off a script. I speak from the heart, from where I'm at, and I say it like I think it. And do I make mistakes, and do I put uhs in there and so on? Good God, I'm the most imperfect human being. I make mistakes all the time. You know, we don't need to be perfect in this business. As a matter of fact, if you try to appear perfect, you'll turn people off because you'll go, that's studio, that's edited, that's, you know, photoshopped. I'm not photoshopped, yeah. So if I'm not shaved, I'm not shaved. Lucky today I decided to shave myself. So after these 6 little minutes, audio clips, again, the voice, it lets him know I'm real. I then put, does that make a little bit of sense to you? Because you kind of want to hear an echo. And it would be okay if it takes a day or two for him to respond to that. But Kumesh was kind enough to immediately, or shortly thereafter, I'd say about 10 minutes later, he typed in, see here last message at 5:49 and at 5:56. So he that could indicate that that is when he took the time to listen through all the audio clips, and then he says, yes, thank you, I would have to start at the $500 mark. So in a way, he would love to start at the $10,500 level, but that would take time to build it up. And if he starts today, he'd have to consider the $500 level. I said that's a great way to get your foot in the door. And then he shares with me, and he says, I'm a teacher, so earnings are not that high. Just a quick question. He says, how soon do you see returns? Well, see, this part right here, that touched me, and you'll see why. I said in continuous I still had something to say about the foot in the door. This is a great way to put your foot in the door. And I said, and as you introduce others, when they are people you know, they will also let you know what level they're coming in at. So if someone was to come in at a higher level, then we can work with you to help assure that you can still capture that donation by quickly upgrading. Nobody wants to see commissions fly over their head, and of course we work with that. Now you'll see me respond to this. He says, I'm a teacher and I therefore have limited earnings. So
my dad was a teacher as well, Kumash, and I understand that there is a limitation in the income there. As a matter of fact, I have the greatest respect when I look back now at we were 5 children. I have no idea how my father managed to finance all of that. It takes an incredible effort to work within a limited budget. That is probably part of the reason why I respect and enjoy abundance of money so much, but also why I've become very passionate. I mean, my background is natural health, but part of good natural health is people having an abundance of money, and if they don't have that, I enjoy helping to establish that for them.
So I hope you hear me here. I'm doing a shout out. Thank you to my dad who's passed away. Great respect for him and my mom for having, with very limited funds, having raised 5 children. We're all doing well, thank you. And at the same time, we need to remember where we came from. I don't need to sit as some, pompous guy. I'm a regular dude, I'm a regular person, and I understand that we're helping regular people, but as you probably have heard me say it, we help regular people earn extraordinary incomes. Next clip.
So to answer your question, how soon do I actually see returns? Well, the reality is, Kumesh, you could literally, and we have people that do that, literally sign up, turn around, and instantaneously begin to receive donations. You will, the first person you introduce will become your qualifier, and that means that person in effect is passed up to me. In that case it would be, and I would also receive that pledge from that person, but then as of the second person, that is yours. And so literally if there is people that they come on board and they have 2 people ready to do it with them, and all of this can happen in 24 hours.
So it can happen very fast, especially when you reach out to people that know you. If you use advertising, it will take a little longer. Next clip.
Now at the same time, sometimes we need a little bit of time, so we come on board. Coming on board for many people is, I'm finally making the commitment. I am finally, I'm taking a serious step, regardless of whatever level that somebody comes on board with. It is an action step, and action steps are very important. Then, as they have taken that action step, obviously you'll have your link. So now you have the tools to introduce some people and let them take that 7-step tour. And it all depends who you're showing that 7-step tour to, and how much of a personal touch, that little extra something that you add to that in terms of how quick people decide to come on board.
I hope you heard in this third little clip that my hint, that extra little something, because if you have ever evaluated, listened to, or studied the science of getting rich, which I recommend to everybody, and I will gift to you 18 chapters of the science of getting rich. All you need to do is say, Lieven, send me a copy, please, of the audios. You can listen to them. It's wonderful, because in the science of getting rich, Wallace Waddle describes it's the people who give that extra something. Well, that right there, that's that extra something. Right here, putting an audio clip instead of, following a silly script that the company gave you. That's that extra something. Yeah, okay, so there we go. Next clip, fourth clip.
In terms of the marketing, cold marketing, meaning if you were to do advertising, if you don't want to share it with your personal contacts, and for some people that is their choice, then we always tell people, listen, it's going to take a little longer, naturally, because the people, when you advertise, they don't know you. They don't know any of your reputation or commitment or support or any of these things, so they will need more time. And so as you advertise, it may take, somebody may sign up within their first 30 days, others it may take them 60 or 90 days. And yet still some others, they may join after 6 months or 12 months after they actually originally saw your ad.
Very important point, that we need to be patient. If the new contacts, cold contacts, it will take time. If it's people that have known of you, it can go much quicker, especially when they know that you have been very successful on the internet, or you've been active on the internet. And then, of course, the closest people, the people that trust you, those are the easiest ones. But they sometimes are the most difficult ones too. Don't go to some critical asshole brother-in-law who just wants to put his foot in your mouth. And believe me, people who insult me when I introduce a program, I actually put my lips very close to their ear. So close that some of my breathing actually puts moisture onto their ears. And especially with men, it's a good way to tone down their ego a little bit. So and I whisper then in their ears, this is not for you. And right there, that's it, diffused. I don't put up with shit. You want to give me shit, you walk. That's it. We don't need it. We don't need people like that. Next little clip. There we go.
That is where we always recommend, if you want to permit a relatively quick flow, and it's also from a budgetary viewpoint, if you share it with your contacts, and contacts can come in two ways, obviously. Contacts can be your friends, your people that trust you, that respect you, and they're literally within 24 hours or a few days or less than a week, you can already see people come on board. Then you have your contacts in today with all the social contacts, social media. They may, you can share your link, and again, a lot of it will reflect your enthusiasm, and they will respond accordingly, just like you responded to one of my communications on the subject.
In between that clip, since I'm scrolling through DrLieven.com, the 12th program, if people wonder, I've made some really, really good doorway pages, or funnels as they call them. Well, ClickFunnels is the way to do it. When you come here, you get a free trial on ClickFunnels. I can only recommend it. It's not a cheap one, but it's the best one. And again, same deal. You pass it on to 3 people, it's all paid for. So what is the cost at that point? Really nothing, right? So next little clip.
When we share it with the contacts.
And just this is all in perspective to Komesh asking how long does it take before money comes in, okay?
That we know and trust, and that they trust us. It goes very quick when we share it with people that may know of us but are now considering a particular program. Well, then they will take their time to come to know the program, and that is where indeed the program is great, because it gives great explanations. The 7-step tour is obviously the result of 19 years of further and further refinement and perfecting of a system. So that right there is a great way for people who don't know you. They can come to know the system step by step. They can go back there anytime they wish. And then in addition, there is an element also of the team leader follow-up, which I'll explain here in this next little step.
Okay, next little step, open up your ears, because this is one of the things that makes us unique.
When you have new people, we highly recommend, instead of trying to explain the system yourself, bring them immediately to the person who introduced you, or one of the people who has extensive experience with it. Or at least somebody who has a very successful background. I have 2 people that I've connected you with in another group here in Messenger, Kari Schauer, Guy Sinclair. Both people have done extremely well on the internet, and they too, like myself, they're calm with it. They're not pushy salespeople. You don't want that. You want people that can calmly answer questions. So people who don't know you, who don't know the program, they will have questions, and with questions comes the time to process.
So when you join with me and my team, you have the option, if you want to follow up with people, you can, but you have the option to let us follow up with them. And we charge a 20% commission fee. When they generate a sale for you, 20% goes to them. And that's a fee which personally I am happy to pay, because I don't like to be on the phone with people. I don't really like to do follow-up on an ongoing basis. Here in this case, I was awake, I was in bed anyways, and you know, thanks to the wonders of pads and telephones, we can do business from our bedroom. In the past, that would have been understood as a very different kind of business, right? Last little clip, and all of this is to give insight to the question of what's the timing, how soon will people join up? Obviously, the question underneath, how quickly will I get paid?
And naturally and respectfully, given the fact that this is not some $19 thing that people buy on a whim, there is a decision to be made when somebody comes in at 500, at 1,000, at 6,500, 10,500. Those are decisions people generally will take their time to either prepare the finances and or to see, you know, is that what they really want to do? The higher up the ladder, the more serious the decision is, and therefore there may be a bit more time involved. So in complete answer to your question, you need to take all these factors which I gave you into account. Over time, you will see it makes no difference how long a person takes. It's important that they come on board when they're ready.
As a slip in between, as I'm scrolling through my list here at DrLieven.com, you see me here. When I say I have over 50 paid video softwares, I bet it's closer to 100. I've purchased them all because I wanted to find the good looking ones, and yet the ones that are easy. I hate things that are complex. I'm impatient in nature, and so Content Samurai go take a free trial. I mean, you know, how much easier can it be? Go try it out, go test it. You've seen some of the videos. You know, I've got great videos on my YouTube channel. All you need to do to find my YouTube channel is you go to the VIP team, the VIP team. When you click on that, you will see my beautiful face, haha. And it depends what time of the day you see me. So when you click on the VIP Turbo channel, first thing you should do.
And a good evening.
Oh, there he is. Now I'm talking to listening to myself. Is subscribe to the channel. Yeah, so then you want to click on videos, and because you will see different videos there. So a lot of these videos that I have made have been made with this incredible technology. Here, let me show you a quick sample.
How would you feel if you were to make an extra $12,500 of net profit? And what if that $12,500 was paid out in cash every month, month after month, without needing to change anything you're currently doing? And what if all of this extra cash profit would be generated by your very own internet business? Yes, $12,500 per month extra income means.
So, video like that, I put in the script, and boom, it finds images, it finds clips, video clips. This is not my voice. This is a robot voice, but a robot voice that is so well done that you almost don't hear that it is a robot voice. So these are the kind of tools, you know, I'm happy to share. I don't hide secrets. As a matter of fact, why would I? My whole reputation hinges on how well you're doing. So I asked Komesh, does that give you a little bit of insight? I don't think I told him any false promises here, did I? I gave it to him straight. Yes, some people that know you and trust you will be willing to sign up possibly straight away, maybe even in the same day. And others, it will take a little bit of time. And if you're going to advertise, it will take a good amount of time. So he says, I'm going to class now. I'll listen to your messages shortly. Fair enough. What a gentleman, truly. Komesh, if you're watching this, you don't know I'm actually recording this but I'm using your communication with you as an example to show this is real, and that we're dealing with real people and real situations. Komesh had to go, so thumbs up. He says, thank you for the information. I said, you're most welcome, Komesh. I'll be in touch. We're all gentlemen, gentle people together, right? Let me just refresh and make sure that is the end. Yes, that is the end of the conversation. So that was yesterday, I would assume, and you know, this weekend perhaps we will have a converse together with Komesh. But that is how easy it is, folks. Is this business, you know, make it personable. Don't blast and blast and blast and blast advertisings. No, go into your messenger. Here, one last thing I'm going to show you in Messenger itself. Let me see if I can get that to work here. The active contacts right there, 147. That's why you need to make some friends on Facebook. They're all online right now. Okay, any one of these people, I can type in, hi Peter, how are you? And he will respond or not respond. If he doesn't respond, bless his heart, I'm not obviously gonna talk to him at that moment. But you know, Kevin may talk, Shirley may talk, and at that point you can ask, are you interested in, or can I give you a link to a program that is really working well for me, or whatever it is, and begin a conversation like that. So use the tools, whether it's Messenger, whether it's Skype, whether it's WhatsApp, whether it's Telegram, all these things that are out there. I hope that this video gave you a little bit of insight on how I run my business, how you can run your business.